Moises Caicedo's move from Brighton to Chelsea, that's it, it's done, it's activated. Liverpool, you look stupid like you did yesterday when you played them at the bridge. So David Ornstein drops this. Add-on in 115 million, Brighton agreed with Chelsea, seen as very achievable. Brighton expect them swiftly. A third based on making Europe, 2/3 appearance related. Chelsea offered more guaranteed upfront than 111 million agreed with Liverpool. And now you're sitting there thinking, well, how are Chelsea able to spend close to $1 billion in 3 transfer windows and yet not get caught out like City on their charges? Well, here we go. I'm going to break this down to you. Financial fair play is a joke anyway. Take the financial part out and look at the 2 words left, fair play. That's all it is. It's called fair play. And Chelsea are in this fair play system. They offer the player big contracts over a longer period of time. So let's say like Caicedo's one is 8 years plus a year option on top. You are able to write down that as debt. So they're never going to be in trouble, Chelsea. They can never be levied at anything. They're not doping the system. They're just in fair play. Now, you can argue over 45, 47 games, 2 goals, 2 assists in that time from Brighton. Brighton only bought him for 4.5 million a season and a half ago, and now expect to recoup £100 million in profit, over 100 million in profit. Fair play to Brighton. Chelsea are crazy. We know they're crazy. We know Chelsea are crazy. But this is just what Roman Abramovich done when he first bought Chelsea. Didn't he do the same thing? If you're not old enough to know what Roman done, I am old enough. I was there when Roman done what he done. Todd Bowley is just doing it to another level and still in the regulated fair play. Liverpool looked stupid because they was going after Lavia and they were squabbling over 5 million. Southampton wanted 50. You're going in there, you're laughing at 45. And then you got a call from Caicedo's agent just to turn around and say he's likely not to go to Chelsea because they can't agree terms with Brighton. So he has said, listen, you guys are doing well. We like your project. He may come. And that word, he may come. Liverpool took that as like, damn, let's just drop Lavia. Let's go and pay a bit more for Caicedo. Let's go and get him. You now told the whole world that you really and truly have 111 million. You then made Southampton go, the hell? We're talking about 5 to 8 million that we've been asking for. You're trying to say you haven't got it, but yet you found 111 million down the back of the sofa. Then you left Chelsea go in and hijack that deal when Liverpool thought they was hijacking the Chelsea deal. No, you was never in the play. I'm so sorry, people. I'm animated because on Friday, I released my show. I done the Caicedo to Liverpool and I was cussing Liverpool the day before on Thursday saying they're not pulling up any trees. They're not pulling up any trees. I'm going back to that. Liverpool, you've got to be ashamed of yourselves. The owners have to be ashamed of themselves. The fans are now, they're on TalkSport saying, who the hell are we? We're a laughing stock. You are a laughing stock. You looked at yesterday, Pochettino's only just been there. He's only just got into the covers, and yet he made Liverpool look ordinary. Liverpool, you looked ordinary yesterday, and Chelsea looked more complete with a bunch of players that no one's ever heard of. Chelsea looked all right yesterday. They did look all right, but they still got over £100 million of a winger sitting on the bench who can't even get on. They still can't damn well score. And yet they're going to drop 115 million on a player for a season and a half with 2 goals, 2 assists. And you guys were laughing at the Declan Rice deal that Arsenal done. Come on. Come on. But what are we really truly talking about here? And we're talking about the figure that Chelsea paid. Is it overpriced? Just remember they paid over 100 million for Enzo, or just about 100 million for Enzo. And Benfica only paid £10 million for him a season before. Chelsea are crazy, but at the same time, they're doing what they do best. Todd Bowley is doing what he does best. Looks at a system, gets a team behind him, and how do we exploit this? How can we build a team to rival City, to rival your Barcelona's, your Real Madrid? They're not looking to rival Liverpool, Spurs, Newcastle. But what they're doing is using the term fair play to their advantage. And that is exactly what they've done. But for 45 games, 2 goals, 2 assists, you can't tell me that is worth 115 million. No way is that worth the money. Yeah, my tone's come down now. I just let off a little bit of steam because of Friday. What happened to me? The viewerships were going up. We're a small channel. They were going. It was going good. By 1 o'clock, when Caicedo's team come and go, hey, we ain't going to Liverpool. We only want Chelsea. And I'm like, what the hell? But everyone else was like that. What the hell has just happened? We all got suckered into it. We all believed that Liverpool was still that mighty club. Their knock was still hard. Their pull was still hard. No, their pull is weak now. Liverpool, not only have you missed out on Caicedo, but you missed out on the other target you wanted, which was Lavia. For what? Penny pinching when you had the money all along. Southampton are thinking, you're some damn fools. You best not come back. Because if you do come back, I'm asking now 60, 70 million, but Chelsea swooped in there, hijacked. You would have thought Chelsea employed Idris Elba and hijacked the deal, talked them around and offered 55 million. Done. Southampton are like, done. You didn't mess about. We'll deal with you. And then go and still have Caicedo in the back pocket. Let's look at it. Chelsea, well done. Can't be mad at Chelsea because they're using fair play to their advantage, like what Bowley does with all these American teams. You use the contract to your advantage. Just because our clubs that who we support didn't use this, it's not even a loophole. I'm telling you, people say, oh, Chelsea found a loophole. It's not a loophole. It's always been there. We just never used it. When I'm saying wake up and see what can be done, this is what can be done. We're so used to 3-year contracts, 5-year contracts, and that's it. Because clubs don't want to take the risk. 5 years is a long time. We just don't know what's going to happen. Chelsea are not looking at that. Chelsea are like, how do we get the best player? Okay, we're going to have to pay a bit more. But then how do we then write the debt down so when we do sell him, hey, we're still making money. And against the balance sheets, and that's all it ever is in this club or business, it's all about the balance sheet, and that's what Chelsea have done. So kudos to them. I'm not saying Chelsea's going to go and win the league. No, they're not going to win the league. We know they ain't going to win the European League. They may win a cup competition, but they're not building for this season. They're building for next season. That's what Chelsea are doing. Their objective this season is just to get back into Europe. So whether that's going to be the Europa League or the Champions League, that's the objective for Pochettino. Just because they're spending big money, don't just assume that, yes, they're going to be title contenders. They're not. They're not stupid like that. It's only us fans and the pundits that like it that's going to be saying, well, Chelsea now have to be title favourites because there's a sign of Caicedo and they've got Enzo, and then they're going to end up with Lavia. They will end up with Lavia. I'll go on record to say that. They are going to go at Lavia. Liverpool, what they're going to do? The only thing Liverpool can do now is go back to Southampton and say, we'll give you 60 million. Then we're going to turn around and say, you are a damn fool. So now you're going to spend £10 million more. Just like you did for Virgil van Dijk when you're trying to tap him up. Well, not try, you did tap him up. And Southampton was like, we could have gone for 50. Now we want 70. You damn fools, Liverpool. You got a history of this. But yet Liverpool thought, oh, well, we got McAllister for 35. We finessed Brighton on that one. McAllister didn't even look anything great yesterday. But anyway, we're back here to talk about Caicedo. Where does it still sit with you? Is he better than Rice? You know Arsenal fans are going to come out now and say, well, we could have got Caicedo for £10 million more. No, Arsenal looked at that as a whole and said, this guy ain't for us. As a whole, Arsenal could have went to 115 million. They could have for Caicedo, but they said, for 45 games, 2 goals, 2 assists, no way. And you paid what, 4.5 million? It's different for Rice because he came through the youth system, so you can't put a value on that. So you can't turn around and say, well, you can't merit and judge it that way. You can't. But you look at Caicedo and say for 4.5 million for 45 games, 2 goals, 2 assists, and now you're worth 115 million. Hell no. Arsenal fans, fans don't really care as long as you get the deal done. The clubs care because it's always down to the money. But then you also have to look at the value for money. Caicedo is not going to transform Chelsea into these world beaters. He's not. That's not me being salty. He's just not. Who else? other deal's going to happen. Southampton have said goodbye to James Ward-Prowse. So I say, just put it on Twitter just now. Thank you for everything. He's off to West Ham. Harry Maguire is going to be off to West Ham after the United game tonight against Wolves. That's going to happen. Everton are doing a deal right now with a Leeds player. That's going to happen. There's stupid rumours out there that Lukaku and Chelsea are and Spurs are talking. Now people are coming out and saying that deal is not going to happen. We just don't know anymore. So 2 weeks to go left for the transfer window. You know some stupid ass deals are going to happen, and Liverpool's going to be amongst those. If Liverpool do not sign another player for this transfer window, you know why. Because they've now announced to the world that they've got £111 million sitting there. So every club is going to be saying, I want a piece of that now. Liverpool, you have truly messed yourselves up. Truly messed yourselves up. Maybe that's why you didn't get Champions League last season, and that's why Mo Salah was sulking when he came off yesterday when Klopp took him off. But anyway, if you're new to the show, like, subscribe, turn the notification on so you don't miss a show every time we upload. I'm Ty Knight here for TK24 Sports.